Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make a player character in Project Foo. Um, this is I have my Fabula Ultima demo world set up, which is vanilla. It is just out of the box. I haven't customized anything. I have not created any compendiums. I haven't um, added any optional modules. So this is as basic as it gets. This is the most time-consuming method to create a character. So what you do is you go over to the Actors tab, and we're going to create an actor. We need a name, so we'll say Fabulous. And this type here, there's drop down character or NPC. You get a little different character sheet, depending on pick player characters. You want characters for all NPCs, whether that's a monster or a villain or whatever. You want the NPC sheet. So create a new actor. Now we have Fabulous. Um, the character sheet has, of course, you can see all of the fields here. It has some default data in it, of course, 3 Fabula points, and it's automatically calculating things like your physical defense and your magical defense based on your attributes. The character has no gear or anything like that. If we wanted to, we could add an image here for our character. We could upload something, and you can also go up here, and this is how you can make tokens. You can give them all sorts of information. I'm not going to get into this. That would be more of general uh, Foundry VTT stuff. So you can find uh, uh, information elsewhere on the internet. If it's really needed, I'll come back and hit that at some point. We're just going to focus on what's specific to Project Foo slash Fabula Ultima today. So if you notice, it says the character only has 10 hit points and 10 magic points and such, and 6 IP. It's just some sort of default value that it gives to all starting characters. If you hit that little rest icon, it'll heal them up. And of course, attributes are here. Of course, the pull down. That's the the base attribute of the character. Next to it, you see a number, which is affected by any status conditions importantly on the character. So, for instance, if we had something that raised insight up, it'll show that with a little green arrow. So D8, acting, paving, if it's a D10, it's been improved. Click it again, goes to 1. Um, Also, it'll show what any sort of resistances or immunities or vulnerabilities that you have. These can be edited on another one of these tabs. Now here we have our traits, places for bonds, favorites. Is a very useful section that we will get to. So let's just go through the character creation. We're not trying to create the world's best character. We're just trying to create a very basic character demo purposes. So the first thing that we do when making a character, of course, is create their identity. A short sentence that briefly summarizes how they see themselves at the moment. So we are not going to go deep. We're going to go. Fabulous is a adventurer, rascal. All right. Theme. Let's see here. We will say that is theme will be ambition. Also, note up here, space for pronouns. He, him for Bobulus. Origin will be oh, we'll just call it um, make up something. Vegetable City. All right. Now we will choose our. We will need to choose our starting classes. We are going to. We want to do a little bit of everything. So we want to do. We want to take maybe a spell casting class so that we can add a spell to this or two. And I'm going to stay away from things like weapon mastery, range weapon mastery, melee weapon mastery in today's video because there is uh, kind of a more in-depth way to add those to a character. And I want to show that in its own video. Um, so we'll say that Bobulus is going to be an Arcanist. I just clicked on the little classes tab, and I'm gonna. Now by default, there are no classes. There's virtually nothing in Project Food right now for you to just drag and drop in here. These things can be found in the compendiums. You can create compendiums. In fact, that's going to be another video on how to create your own compendiums and add all the classes and skills and such. So the thing is that like whenever I start giving Fabulous classes and I begin editing those classes, it's only going to anything that I add on Fabulous's character sheet is only going to affect what is on his character sheet. So, for example, if I give him a level of elementalist, which I'm going to do, I'm going to edit this, and we're going to call it elementalist, and he's level 1 right now, so we'll leave that the way it is, but that's easy to modify. I can add a description here if I want for the class. You just click in here. This is a rich formatting text box. Matter of fact, there are drop downs for all sorts of icons that you can add, which is so nice. And here in the attributes, this is an important section. This is where, like at level 1, you get certain things. So the elementalist, of course, gets what is it? I'm flipping to it here. Okay, they get the mind points, bonus mind points, and uh, they get rituals that fall within the ritualism uh, discipline. So we'll click that. That's all they get. Notice that I'm not adding skills here. You can do a little summary up here, like what I would do if I would put in like where it says elementalist underneath it says like you're looking at the book, it says like battle mage, geomancer, sorcerer. You can add that here, or you could add quote about them, or just a one-word summary of what the elementalist is. And over here in the description, of course, you can add all of the text that's in the class if you wanted to. And By the way, when you add things here, if I'm not mistaken, if you don't, if I just close this now, go back and edit it, yeah, it's gone. And that's expected. That's because, well, look at that. There it is. Um, it's saved, and that'll update it now. Yes. So, and then of course, just to level up, use this here. It's summing up all of our levels underneath. So let's give, I don't want to create too many spells today, so let's give him one level of Elementalist, and then let's do something fairly simple. I'm purposely picking simple things. We'll give Bobulus 4 levels of Rogue. And then, of course, Rogues get inventory points is their bonus. So over here, select that. The great thing is we don't have to put in that it was specifically 2 inventory points because the game is so consistent. The bonus first level inventory point boost is always 2. Mind points is always 5. Hit points it's always 5. And so now, anyway, Bobulus has 2 classes that add up to 5 levels. And so now, notice that it adjusted hit points and mana points properly. Of course, this up here, this is where, like, if I raise this to 6, it automatically adjusts hit points and the mana points appropriately. But it tells me here I should have. Oh, it's telling me I only have 2 levels selected. I should have 6. I'm gonna go back down 5. So we're going to give him 1 level of Elementalist. We're going to give him 3 levels of Rogue. Now got all his levels, and it shows that he has 0 out of his 5 skills that he should have. Let's do the Rogue skills first. And I'm not making a character that I would necessarily play. I'm just making a character. Um, because you could do things with a lot of skills. You might go in and make sort of some behind the scenes tweaks using the effects tabs to make the skills do mechanically what they should do. Otherwise, you're going to have to play it the same way you would on a tabletop face to face. Just remembering that whenever you roll your dice, you have to add a bonus or whatever. So let's give. I'm just doing a very simple thing. We're going to give Fabulous the rope skill 4 levels of. That's it. Not the character I would play. And then, it makes it the max level here of the skill. We're going to give him Soul Steel. And that's what I would do ordinarily is I would put the entire description of the skill in here. Not going to today. So there we go. And Fabulous should get 1 more skill. That's going to be, we're going to give him an elementalist skill, of course. Go to the edit icon. And this is, of course, going to be elemental magic. No, sorry. Yeah, elemental magic. because I'm going to walk through adding a simple spell. So when you do that, when you're looking at that, of course, you could add your own icon for elemental magic if you wanted to do. You can do that for skills. The default is this bag. It's just a Foundry default. They're very boring, um, but now that's what we're stuck with. Okay, so since Fabulous has an elemental magic, first he needs to choose a spell. No elemental spells. We can go to the spells tab. We're going to worry about rituals right now. We're just going to do spells. Add a spell. Again, it just creates a generic entry. So we're going to create we're going to do something that's very simple. We're going to do flare. This is a combat spell. So we'll put that little icon for that. And the NT cost is 1. And targets 1 creature. And it's instantaneous. Um, Now, this, we are going to go ahead and make some modifications here because this is an elementalist spell. Elementalists roll insight plus willpower for their magic checks. So we'll leave the primary insight and we'll change this to willpower. And of course, there's no bonus. And has damage. I really can't remember if has accurate. I guess yes, has accuracy does have to be because you attack their magical magic defense. Damage type is fire. It's I roll plus 25 damage. So I think we just add 25 as the bonus. And that should be that. Let's see here. So now what we can do is we can add that as a favorite to the. It'll show up here on the front page. If we click it with a regular left click, it'll do the spell. If you shift click, it'll count the high roll as 0, which you would normally do with this spell. So if we fire one of those off, it does notice that it doesn't. I'm going to go ahead and fire a second one off. It doesn't do anything with the mana points automatically. I think there are ways to do that, or that's coming. But for now, you would need to manually go in and spend 20 mind points. Sorry, put that at 30. And if we look over here in the chat log, you can see there's that flare, insight plus willpower. Right now they're set at D8s. Insight, willpower, 7 to hit. So does that hit or not? 5 was that roll, that willpower roll, plus 25, 30 fire damage. Of course, right there in the pop-up, it's telling you how to apply the damage to selected tokens. So if we had a combat map up, we could actually just apply that straight to a character. So we go over here to items. I'm going to give Fabulous some items. Of course, not proficient with anything partial, so we'll stick to very simple. We'll stick to basic items. Whenever we go here to weapons, add, creates a default weapon, and we're going to change that. We're going to make it a home. And it's not martial, so we don't need to click that. Of course, that is a arcane weapon. It's two-handed. Comes with two-handed. It is melee. And then over here in attributes, that is tomes are insight plus insight. And it targets physical defense. So defense, leave that alone. So you could change that if you wanted to. The damage type is physical. It's total plus 6. So for the bonus, we could just put 6 there. And that's it. We now have a tome. And then we can equip that. The little pop-up shows you how to main hand or an offhand. That's very important when it comes to equipping either a second weapon or equipping if you want a shield, because if you just do a click and then you put a shield on your character and you do a click, you'll notice that the weapon is now unequipped because you tried to add it to your main hand. So you have to left click for main hand, right click for your offhand. And let's go ahead and give Bobulus some armor. Say some shirt. So add and modify. We're going to call this silk shirt. And of course, it's a defenses dex die and gets a bonus. Well, silk shirts don't get a bonus to defense. Magic defense inside, of course, and it does get a bonus +2. And you're using the standard initiative rules. Initiative modifier is -1. So sure. So now what you'll see here is when Bobulus isn't wearing any armor at all, there's a physical defense of 8, magical defense of 8. Now when we equip it, magical defense was automatically adjusted, and the initiative modifier. We could add that to favorites. I don't think we ordinarily need to. But you can, anywhere you see that star, you can add it to favorites so that it'll go up on the front of your character sheet. This is where you can add your player notes to your character. Effects are more or less sort of advanced. You get to get behind the scenes and modify the attributes directly, but we're not quite done making character art. We didn't ever customize our attributes. Let's see here. So it starts you out, default gives you the array. It's all D8s. They call it the jack of all trades in Fabula Ultima. And there's nothing to keep you from picking an illegal choice. The game does not enforce. I mean, the character sheet does not enforce the rules in that way. It just trusts that you know what you're doing and adds it and applies it appropriately. So let's just say that we are going to stay with the default array for Bobulus. We are going to make him a jack of all trades. Now it does calculate your hit points and mind points for you. And as long as you set up your classes to be aware of the point bonuses and mind point bonuses for first level, then it will accurately do that for you. It'll also do IP. Now, of course, when you hit the rest icon, you notice it doesn't do anything with your inventory, but you need to set that back manually. So starting character, of course, should start out with max. And it does automatically as long as you set up your armor appropriately and shields. Such it'll set up your magic defense and your initiative, all that stuff. As a matter of fact, you can make an initiative roll here if you wanted to. Of course, you would still need to set the. I use the optional rule in my home game. So I forgot how initiative really works in the default rules. I think it's Dex plus Insight. I can't remember. So let's just say though that we did want to roll a check. GM called for some sort of roll, and they said an Insight plus Dexterity check. This is just a reminder up here of what your attributes are. You could put in modifiers and difficulty if that was necessary. Otherwise, select which attributes you're rolling, hit the roll check button. It'll show up over here. And that is the basic creation of a character. Now, of course, there are other ways to do it we're not going to get into in this video. Ordinarily, a game master would already have set up a compendium that already has classes and skills and spells and items in it. That is, and also I think pre-populated compendiums based on the community license is coming in the future version of Project Foo. I don't think that's going to be very long in the future. So right now, I wouldn't recommend going overboard creating a compendium that has absolutely every piece of data in it. I think for now, I would just only create ones that have what you need. Like I said, that's really a different video. But now we should see there's Fabulous. And if we had a map, we could drag them out to it. We do have a kind of a basic, I've got a basic map set up there. It doesn't have a background. And one last thing is that if I already have some player accounts on here, I could configure the ownership. I just right click and I could select a player to own it. I don't have any player accounts on here right now. That's more of a standard Foundry thing again, something specific to the project. That way, whenever that player logs in, that's their character. They can control every aspect of the character. But otherwise, that is it. I will see you guys next time.